And we're back. This is the first week of November, and yeah, right. It's a good week. Did you have a good Halloween?
I guess.
All right. All right. Well, did you watch a spooky movie? You did watch a spooky movie.
I watched one the night before.
Yeah, with me. It was The Shining, and he was shaking in his boots.
Not really.
Shaking in his cowboy boots. Brian wears cowboy boots.
I was really concerned about Tuesday, though.
Yeah. The Shining, there's some weird parts in The Shining. I swear, and I'm not going to turn this into the Shining video, but I think I don't know, that the score as they're driving up the mountain.
It starts spooky from the first second.
But the audio of it's, I don't know, it just sounded, I don't remember that soundtrack, but whatever, that's piggy. We have comics today, as you might assume. And there's a lot of comics today.
I mean, there's a lot of independent comics.
Yeah,
Marvel, there's not a ton.
Yeah, so I guess
stuff,
I guess we better go ahead and Cataclysm starts. I didn't know that. Sorry. I guess we better get started with the independent stuff. Mara, I think I positioned the iPad in a weird way. Do you want to scoot over a little bit? There we go. Mara, do you want to talk about what's coming out from the independent publishers today?
Sure. We've got a lot of #1 issues. First up, Protectors Incorporated from Straczynski, and this is from his Joe's Comics line on Image.
How many comics do you have out now?
I think he's got like 3.
I think it's more than, I think it's 4 or 5.
Sidekick, 10 Grand, and Protectors Inc. are all listed on here.
That's only from
I'm
Image,
sure.
though, right?
No, he's only doing them from Image.
Yeah.
It seems like there was one more, though. But maybe not.
So if you've been enjoying Sidekick and 10 Grand, this is just another Straczynski book.
Well, is he doing Twilight Zone?
Yeah, but that's like Dynamite or something.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not Joe's Comics. He
Yeah.
doesn't own Twilight Zone.
Okay. Right. But I was thinking of all the books that he's currently writing.
He's doing a lot right now.
Yeah, he's always has, though.
But a lot of like
really.
his own stuff. So.
Yes, yeah. It's all creator owned or, like I said, Twilight Zone.
From Image, we also have Fatal, issue 18, and Joe is still with those band members causing distress among the men folk. And
That's good.
yeah, I mean, I flipped through this briefly, and I just, read issue 17 again, and I'm pretty excited. She's featured dancing in a few of the issues in front of a large number of people, and if you know anything about Joe, you know that cannot be a good thing. Another #1 that a lot of people are excited about is Legends of Red Sonja, and this is the group of women that Gail Simone brought together and said, let's talk about this Red Sonja. And in this one, we have Gail Simone, Nancy Collins, Devin Grayson, Jack Jadson, Noah
Yeah, I don't know that guy.
Noah
Carlos.
Salonga, and Carla Speed McNeil.
And a tiger.
And there's a tiger on the cover. So this is just a little mini-series of a bunch of short stories about Red Sonja. So if you've been enjoying Gail's run on Red Sonja from Dynamite, this is something that you should look into. And I know Kelly Sue DeConnick will later be on it, and I think Ming Doyle.
Yeah,
Is that something
that's
familiar?
the idea. I know that. I mean, it's definitely written by all women,
Mhm.
and I'm sure they tried to get mostly women artists, although they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Jackson and that other guy.
Right.
But it's definitely written by all women.
We also have East of West, issue 7 from Image. And this series has been very good, if although it's still a little heavy on the story. Really hard to get into. So make sure you pick up the first trade before jumping into this one.
That's the one I have the least problem keeping up with
Yeah.
Hickman, though.
Yeah.
I can
So
follow that one pretty well.
I think by about issue 4, things start falling into place real quickly.
And that includes, like, the adventure stuff sometimes. Like it.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
I
I
can follow that
agree.
way better than the Avengers.
So
Yeah.
you would say, like, East of West is a good Hickman introduction?
I feel like I can go along with Avengers. Then I'll have, like, 2 pages where I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what he's talking about.
And then from Image, we have 2 new #1s, new series. First is Drumheller, which I guess I'm saying that right, Drumheller.
I would
Hello?
assume when they solicited it was called Strange Ways, but there must have been some kind of copyright issue or
Yeah.
something because they changed the name.
So Drumheller is about a paranormal detective.
Drumheller.
So he's dealing with werewolves in this issue, some strange bogmen, a little bit of ghost stuff going on.
Triceratops. All Triceratops.
Yeah, some other world things. The great thing about this issue is that it doesn't try to explain everything at once. It kind of throws you in right as the story is going. So when you're reading it, you're not expected to know everything in the front end, but it will make sense as you're reading it. And the same thing with Alex and Ada, where not everything's explained in the beginning. You're just kind of thrust into this world. And both these series are science fiction. And Alex and Ada actually has a lot more of the like singularity ideas, where humans have microchips and computers planted in their head, and they can communicate non-verbally, and they can pull up computer screens in their eyes, and the interaction of human and android and computer, and whether that's normal or not. So that one's by Jonathan Luna and Sarah Vaughn, and Drumheller is Riley Rossmo and Alex Link.
When I read it, all I can think about though is that Futurama episode where they explained how having sex with robots and stuff is bad, and Lucy Liu android and stuff. Like no one's ever going to get anything done.
Yeah. But right now we have...
It was really good though.
Yeah. Right now on Nerdspin we have preview images from both these comics if you want to check out the first couple pages and the cover art for both cover A and B for this one for sure. And we'll be having reviews of both those #1 series this week as well.
Awesome.
So those are the highlights from independent publishers.
I do want to make one notice, just because I put this up last week. It was an interview with Paul Tobin and Colleen Coover, and we did say that the first collection, physical collection of Bandit was supposed to come out this week. Apparently, though, it has been delayed, and I don't know when it'll come out, but I'm sure it'll be soon.
Yeah, and that's from Dark Horse.
It exists.
Dark Horse has put those into physical.
Yeah, it's probably been pushed back, but I know I saw that they were on Twitter saying, "Hey, it's coming out tomorrow." And apparently it's not, but don't worry, it'll come out, children. I'm gonna hand you this back. I just saw that cool Robotech Voltron advertisement. I thought that was pretty.
In case you're interested.
Yeah, I don't know when that's coming out, but sweet. I don't want it.
I was gonna say, really?
I watched that stuff when I was like a kid. It came on like at 11 o'clock.
That's not comic books, dude.
It is. It will be. Alright, I guess I'll talk about my comics here from DC, and there is some cool stuff. Not that I'm necessarily excited about this one, but it could be enough to get some people excited. It's Batman Superman wrapping up that last story arc where it was all...
It's not wrapping up anything, it's a new story.
What I'm saying is coming off of that last one, where it was all in someone's head, or I can't remember what it was, but...
Well, they just mind wiped them at the end.
Yeah. This one's different. I don't really know what to expect, but what I do know what you can expect is you read it like a hang-up calendar. You read it like that, and you get cool pages like this. I don't know what the idea is here. If it just makes you feel a little bit like you're getting more pages, because if you can view this as 2 pages now, I don't know. It's a different thing. But that might be enough to get some people excited.
It's a little gimmicky.
It's sideways. I'm not gonna...
But it's pretty.
I'm just gonna think that and not say it.
Sorry.
Speaking of things I'm just gonna think and not say, Zero Year! There's a lot of comics that are currently 0 year tie-ins to the Scott Snyder run. Don't worry if you want to just read the Scott Snyder stuff. I don't think these are going to affect it. But Detective Comics is one of interest because it follows Captain James Gordon, or maybe Lieutenant Gordon at this point. Yeah, but before he's commissioner, and on the cover you get Sexy Gordon, so that's something to get excited about. Looks like you got some Man-Bat stuff in here, which is what Layman has been kind of messing around with. So it looks like it's enough to excite you if you are currently enjoying the Snyder and Capullo Batman run. Issue 3 of Forever Evil is coming out. Very spooky. Bizarro was created last week, so we get some Bizarro. And Lex, I guess, is going to start the rebellion against the what are they called? The Crime Syndicate?
Secret Society of Supervillains, isn't it?
Yeah. What is Crime Syndicate? It's the Justice League.
Crime Syndicate is the Earth 3 Justice League.
Yeah, so they're going to...
The Secret Society is the group that they've built with all the regular villains.
Right, and I will say this, I don't think you're reading it, but Justice League last couple of weeks was pretty good. You had Shazam kind of beating up on Ultraman. So I don't know. Not Shazam. Black Adam. Sorry, Black Adam. Kind of being a good guy. Which Black Adam, he has his own code. He's one of those villains that.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the JSA back in the day for a while.
Exactly.
During Jeff Johns' run. Which is coming out in omnibus next year. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you get it pretty cheap on Amazon right now.
Or at least get a couple days ago.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on there. It was a cool thing. Batman, I did not enjoy issue 2. I loved issue 1. Issue 2, that Dan DiDio story was just terrible.
This one's got a Paul Dini story in it, though.
I know, and it has Marv Wolfman. So
Yeah.
if you really want to go old school, you got some Marv Wolfman. So let me see who else we got here.
Yeah, the first 2 stories, who cares?
Yeah. Ryan Hughes. What's Ryan Hughes done?
He's a designer. He does a lot of, at least he used to do a lot of the logos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he still is now because they're pretty uninspired usually, but
Well, that's all. I mean, there's some cool looking. There's cool art in here, and once again, you're getting like 5 stories for $1 each, and they're generally worth it. I mean, how can you say no to something like this? Got a great cover. It's hard to see like when I go at this angle, but it's really easy to see. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, that's it for. I'm sorry. And from Vertigo, we have issue 4? Issue 4, Trillium. Once again, I'm not currently reading this. I am waiting for the collection to come out whenever it does. But yeah, that's something to get excited about. Got some Trillium, and apparently Superman's coming out on Blu-ray, so that's something pretty cool
really?
too.
Man of
Who would've
Steel.
thought?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know when it was coming out, so I guess it is about time. All right, boys and girls, let's go over to our big buddy Brian to learn about our.
Dude.
Huh?
What was that, big buddy?
Yeah, you're a big buddy. not. I mean, you just.
Just tell us about Marvel.
No, because I'm going to talk about DC still, because Matt always skips this book and it bugs the crap out of me.
Earth 2.
Came out this week. This is the first issue since James Robinson quit. And I've already read it. It's pretty good. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but Superman of Earth 2 was all crazy evil and working for Darkseid and blowing stuff up.
Mhm.
And now, I'm going to go and spoil it because it happened in the first couple pages. Sam Lane brings back Lois Lane as the new Red Tornado.
That's kind of cool.
And the new Batman of Earth 2 is in it too. We don't know who he is yet. So, there you go.
Fine.
At least we get a little Lois Lane action there. If we
I'm
don't
gonna
get it
Talk
in
about Phantom X, I don't care.
I'm going to interject with one of my favorites.
Okay.
line. Look what?
I'm probably already talking about him because I talk about the good Marvel books.
No, I got my favorite. But
Okay.
go ahead.
Alright. First up, we got Cataclysm. In Hunger, we saw Galactus running around, messing around with Rick Jones and Captain Marvel. Now he's at Earth and ready to start eating. So Miles and the Ultimates have got to do something about it. Next up, we have a comic that probably most of you are not going to buy, but it's fun and wacky. It's Long Shot saves the Marvel Universe. Long Shot miniseries. It's awesome.
I like the
Actually, maybe
80s
not
Marvel
awesome.
Universe logo they're
Yeah.
going with.
And the 80s Long Shot logo.
Yeah.
It's just a Long Shot story.
And
Would
the
you say that
Cintiq
this is
created
perfect
it,
for X-Men fans from the 80s and 90s?
Probably so. I mean, certainly if you've been reading it, you enjoyed him in X Factor. This is a continuation of him. I don't think he's going to be in the all-new X Factor. So
What is Longshot's power?
he has luck powers, sort of like Domino.
That's right. He's
But it only works. It only makes good luck if he's pure and it's like in the story. There's a bit where he's like, oh, I want a taco, but I don't have any money. Should I? And then something blows up and money rains down on everybody.
okay.
So if he uses them, if the motives are not pure, it causes more bad luck than good luck.
And he's from Mojo's
Yeah,
world,
he's from
right?
Mojoverse,
with
yeah.
Spiral.
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
and the city. Yeah, she created him, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, and Art Adams.
Yeah.
So
All right, next up, a book that, again, you're probably not reading, but it's actually been really good, is Mighty Avengers, the new Luke Cage Avengers team.
Who's that guy?
That is the Blue Marvel. He's a kind of obscure character that they did a couple years ago, had his own miniseries and stuff.
Hmm.
But, yeah, he's back. He's sort of a Superman-level character.
This guy, grandpa-ish.
Yeah, I think he was active in the 40s or 50s or something.
Fair enough.
But it's been really good. Greg Land's doing the art, and Al Ewing is writing it, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Spectrum, the Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel's in it.
I think we just had the longest conversation about the past two characters that anyone has ever had in the past, like, 3 years or so.
There's
fans out there.
If you ever read the comic book resources thing that Axel Alonso does every week, almost every 2 or 3 of them, somebody asks him about this character, the Blue Marvel.
Well,
So he's got a pretty big cult following.
well, before we go into picks of the week, I need to interject here with this comic
Talk
thing.
about Fanamax.
Okay, well,
Fanamax Max.
Fanamax Max, it's going to have a bunch of curse words and a little bit of violence in it, so that's something to go for.
Yeah.
And you get this cool cover by Frank Avila.
What is Fanamax's powers?
I don't know, man. Doesn't he have...
I don't even know what his powers are.
I was gonna say, I read all of Uncanny X-Force by Remender, and I couldn't tell you what Fanamax's power is. I just think he's a really cool spy.
He's got like a lady clone of himself that he makes out with.
Yeah, but this is Max, so I don't think that's all in there. I think it's the the guy.
What is going on here?
I know, dude.
It's for grown-ups who like to have fun with their comics.
It's not for grown-ups. It's for teenage boys.
I don't know.
Look, it's just ickiness. I do like the art though. It's pretty animated. I'll give it that. You know what? The art in this book is pretty cool. Who's the artist here?
I think it's Sean Crystal, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's good.
All right. Cool.
Way to go, Crystal.
Way to go, Fanamax. Max.
Can I talk about
Yes. Let's do the picks of the week. Once again, all from Marvel.
They are all from Marvel.
I'm very excited about this one.
and if you've been watching this from the beginning, you will obviously see that we have always picked these 3. We always pick the same ones.
I
That's
did not pick Captain Marvel at all during Infinity.
Okay, that's true.
But this is the wrap up for this season, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
going to relaunch it with Marvel Now too.
Right. So this will kind of tie it all together. Hopefully, I haven't started reading it. I'm really nervous, but I did read the first page, and I love Kit, which is Captain Marvel's little pal, the girl that lives in her building. She's adorable. She's featured on the cover.
Who isn't featured on that cover?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this cover for a minute. Kelly Sue DeConnick is right up front. Ming Doyle. I see a couple of people who have been on Tumblr's Carol Core. Some cosplayers.
I think that's Joe Quinones, however you say his name.
Yeah, he's the one who did the cover, by the way.
I'm surprised Fraction's
Pizza
on the
Dog?
cover. I want to say Pizza Dog. Alright. Fraction's not on the cover, though. I was surprised by that.
I love all the versions of Captain Marvel's costume that these people are wearing. I mean, I would wear every single one of these outfits. And I've seen a lot of people...
Even the Pizza Dog scarf?
Even the Pizza Dog scarf, I'd wear that. But I think this cover is a good representation of Carol's fan base and how rabid these people are for more Captain Marvel action. And, you know, I've seen Carol Core members who make their own clothes, like what you see on this cover, who have made their own dog tags like Kelly Sue is wearing. And, you know, I've seen a couple tattoos that people have gotten inspired by Captain Marvel. So
basically, what's on the cover is the reason. And once again, I'm not taking away from the quality of that book. That book is awesome. But it's the reason why Marvel's not going to cancel that book for a while. It's a strong fan base.
Huge cult following.
And, I mean, people already are clamoring for a movie based on her.
Oh, yeah.
They believe that, you know, she's been developed enough, especially by DeConnick lately, that she can carry her own film if given the opportunity.
Freaking Pizza Dog on that cover.
He's
We're getting pizza tonight.
and eating pizza.
We're getting pizza tonight, and because Mara Wood, my wife, passed her comps.
Yes.
That's something to be excited about. But yeah, Pizza Dog just makes me want pizza that much more.
Yeah. And I will say that Philippe Andrade,
Sure.
he's doing the artwork in here, and he's been one of my favorite artists for Captain Marvel because I love his style and how fun it is. So
Good stuff, but we ain't gonna get it for a while. We're not gonna get Captain Marvel for a little while, right? December? Is that when?
I think it's not till like
January,
February.
Yeah.
It probably says on that last page.
Yeah.
And then also, if you've been paying attention,
yes,
Miss Marvel.
I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot. They've announced that they're making a new Miss Marvel character who is Muslim American.
And their first appearance is in that comic book.
Yeah,
This is Miss
so-
Marvel 4?
I don't know how you count it. I mean, the Thing.
Carol,
Marvel was one.
Monica, that
Well,
one chick.
The Thing Marvel.
Monica wasn't Miss Marvel. She was Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think this will just be the
Third?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Thing, there was Lady Thing or whatever they called her.
And they called her Miss. Well, she was Miss
She
Marvel.
was Miss
and
Marvel,
they
yeah.
turned her into.
So, if you're curious about this new Miss Marvel coming up, why don't you just go ahead and look online for a little bit of news about her, because I read about it on the New York Times site.
Yeah, there's a lot to get excited about there.
Yeah, so big issue. Even though if you've not picked up any Captain Marvel, go ahead and pick up this one anyway.
Yeah, it's fairly self-contained.
Yeah.
So whatever you need to know for it before they explain pretty quick.
And the few pages I read in here, I think really captures the heart of this character and why she's so popular.
Yep.
I'm done.
Cool. Speaking of Pizza Dog, the hardback, the deluxe hardback, I guess you call it deluxe hardback, it is
It's pretty
larger
deluxe.
than your average trade. It's the first 12 issues of Hawkeye, first 11 issues of Hawkeye, I'm sorry, and Young Avengers Presents number 6. It is 12 issues in one beautiful looking hardback. Very excited. This is pretty much the beginning collection of one of the more critically acclaimed comics of the past few years. So, you're getting a good chunk of comic book gold here. As the back of the cover says, it has been nominated for 5 Eisner Awards and had 2 wins, bro. Isn't that cute? If you've read it, you'll understand. If not, well, you're in for a treat. And
Bro.
the coolest thing, well, one of the coolest things about this very gorgeous book is when you take the dust jacket off. Oh, clever design.
How beautiful that is.
Good design. So, you want to see them go that extra couple of steps when they put out one of these books, and they did. So, does it have... I want to, before I promise anything, it looks like the fan letter pages aren't going to be in here, but that's kind of to be expected.
That's a single issue.
That's
exclusive.
the treat you get for buying these single issues. But yeah, no, the great book. You can't wait to reread some of this stuff. I haven't read, well, in a few months. I've reread the first 4 issues of Hawkeye 5 times. So I'm very excited about this collection.
Me too.
Had to wait and not buy the trades just so I could have this. And it's been a long wait, but it's been worth it. Brian,
Are you guys ready?
I wonder
For the
who's
most
back.
Important comic book of the day. Who cares about any of the stuff we talked about?
Even Hawkeye?
Yeah, even Hawkeye, man. Nightcrawler's back in Amazing X-Men #1, dude.
Kurt Wagner.
That's a pirate!
That's pretty much all you need to know about this comic book. Nightcrawler is back. He's in heaven, and he's fighting evil pirate Nightcrawlers. His father, who you'll probably know from the movie way more than you would for the comic book as though, is basically being a pirate in heaven and stealing souls with his little red bants. And
How
Nightcrawler is gonna fight
Funny
him.
is that?
And we find out what the blue bants are doing. I'm not going to tell you though. You got to read it. The little blue bants that have been in Wolverine and X-Men since the beginning.
Did you know
And Firestorm joins the team. Firestar joins the team.
who is a mutant that they don't really talk about that much? She's never really included.
Well,
I
in
never
it.
really knew she was a mutant.
She was.
Yeah, she was a mutant. There's,
Oh, that's good.
they
She was
mentioned
just kind of
they mentioned in here she was one of Emma Frost's first students.
really? Good for her.
There's a miniseries that where the aliens are all giving her crap.
North
But,
Star.
Yeah, North Star's in it too.
Good team.
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, beyond the fact that it's Nightcrawler coming back, it's the book that's going to be based around the teachers at the school. So the kids are in it a little bit, but they're not on them.
So
when we get into action, the kids aren't there. It's
Yeah.
Wolverine and Storm and
So you really don't need to read Wolverine and the X-Men.
Oh, no, not at all.
But it's a good supplement to Amazing X-Men.
Yeah, it is written by Jason Aaron, who also writes Wolverine and the X-Men. And will you stop tearing that up while I'm talking,
I'm
please?
so sorry. So sorry.
Just a child. Now I'm done.
All right. So I knew you were done.
All right.
I had a question.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was. So we're going to just move right along. Do you know by this time next week we will already have seen Thor: The Dark World? You excited about that movie?
Yeah, we're taking off Friday afternoon to go see it.
What about you, Ma? Are you excited to go see that movie?
Yeah.
I am too. Alright, well, I guess that's all I had to say about Thor: The Dark World. I just think it's something worth noting.
And I guess if you're in the area, once again, Comic-Con ways this weekend as well.
Yes.
Yes.
The convention at the library.
Yes, and we're going to be there. So if you see us, say hi, and we'll say, "Oh my gosh,
If you see us
someone's
across,
watching this."
if you see us across the room because we're beating you at Quiz Bowl, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say we're sorry for even doing this,
On Saturday, I'll be dressed as Black Canary.
Nice.
So
and
you may
I'll
not
be
recognize
dressed
me.
as Matt Wood.
I'll be dressed as Brian Wood.
You gotta lose that hair
I know.
and goatee,
And
I'm not
CrossFit.
cowboy. Alright. So, I guess that's it for this week, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So, Ryan, tell the boys and girls at home where we're located.
We're at Comic Comics, 255 Ferris Road, right behind UCA.
Good old UCA.
Good old
That was something from when we were the Secret Life of Comic Books, but we're not the Secret Life of Comic Books anymore, Brian. We're not.
That's true.
We are this week's releases from nerdspan.com and from nerdspan.com. I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Wood.
And I'm Brian Keown.
And we will see you next week. Good night and enjoy your comics.